Majority vote results say little about what voters really prefer. Here is a true story from Dr. Erich Vysocznik in Ingolstadt, Germany on May 17, 2018. In the top right corner is the link to his original video in German. There are 5 candidates for club presidency. The elections were held by majority votes. What you see next is how many votes these individual candidates got from the voting members of the club. Max received 25% of the votes, Felix 22, Daniel 21, Dieter 17 and Moritz 15. So to clarify, we divide the club voters into 5 groups. One group of voters makes up 25% of the club members. That group want Max for their president. Let's color this group yellow to keep an overview. The group that prefers Felix makes up 22% of the club. Let's color this group green. And so on. Clearly, Max would be elected president with a simple majority and Felix would be vice president. More information comes to light through systemic consensing. If we analyze these groups of voters, systemic consensing provides insight into the candidates' preferences for each of these groups. Let us zoom in on the yellow group of voters, the group that voted for Max. These voters prefer Max as their president, their second choice being Daniel, Moritz third, Dieter fourth and Felix fifth. The green group preferred Felix. That group of voters had a different preference for the candidates. And this is how you can read the whole table of preferences per group of voters. Now, apart from the yellow group of voters, you can see that all other voters everywhere preferred Felix before Max. So 25% of the voters prefer Max, the remaining 75% of the club prefers Felix to Max. In this case, a majority of 75% of the club members have to deal with the decision taken by a minority of 25% of the members. So it is absolutely not the majority that has prevailed here. So how big is Max's support base if he becomes president? Imagine the impact on the club. There will be discontent. And it becomes even more interesting when we also bring the information on rejection into the picture. Also information that becomes available through systemic consensing. Rejection shows us which candidates the groups of voters definitely don't want in charge of their club. The yellow group of voters who prefer Max could live with all candidates except with Felix. The green group of voters who prefer Felix could live with all other candidates but do absolutely not want Max to be in charge. Imagine the tension in the club. Even worse, of the remaining groups, no other voter wants Max or Felix in the lead. And besides that, if you look at all the rejected candidates, it's only those two, majority elected candidates Max and Felix, who are rejected by everyone. No other candidate was rejected. Now suppose for a moment that only 1% of voters had chosen differently. If Felix got only 21% and Daniel 22%, then not Felix but Daniel would be the second elected candidate and he would be vice president. Remember that 1%. Apart from the yellow group of majority winner Max, Daniel is again ahead of Max everywhere, with 75% in favor and 25% against. Note that not a single voter rejected Daniel. In that case, Daniel would have become vice president because 1% of the group voted otherwise. If you look at it this way, not the majority has chosen, but only 1% of the group decided. To quote Dr. Erich Vysocznik, then we might just as well roll the dice. If the club used systemic consensus instead of majority voting, Daniel would have won the election. He would have been president with a broad support base of 75% of club voters and with 0 rejections. If you look at the group preferences, Daniel is everywhere in their top 2 preferred candidates. Max and Felix would not even be on the board, since they are rejected by the real majority. So yes, there is a better alternative to achieve a fair democracy. What is the support for the chosen solution? What is its carrying capacity? What do people really prefer? Systemic consensus provides insights into the resistance and preferences of each voter and the carrying capacity or support base of each proposal. In the video on the right, I explain very simple in 10 minutes how systemic consensus works. The video you just watched is based upon the work of Dr. Erich Vysotsny. His original video in German you can find on the left.